Hey, it's Stacy.
Hey, it's Hannah.
And this is
The Debrief Sesh, episode 30.
Pre-brief?
30 is pretty wild. Sorry, I just said it.
No,
I was
it's
like
okay.
30.
I know, yabai
Wow,
ne. It's
it's
been officially, there's, 52 weeks in a year? It's officially っていうかもう特に
It's been.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
over half a
すごい
year. すごいね.
Anyway.
Anyways, pre-brief. Not much, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're kind of getting lazy with the pre-briefs. Well, pre-brief is pre-brief. It can be anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, I have a new celebrity crush. Guys. And I've been sending it to Hannah. I've been sending edits to Hannah.
Yeah.
And she never comments on them.
'Cause,
So
like-
I'm forced to share it here.
もうなんかね Okay, well, tell them who it is.
So, 笠松翔。
Mm.
マジでやばい。
Mm.
バカかっこいい。
How did you find him?
So original, okay, OG, I already liked him a few years ago. So he had this like really minor role in this なんか short-lived series. It was like an Amazon Prime series about like 有村架純 有村架純の旧殺球 something like that. And it was just like a really, really limited series. But he was in one episode as like a very, very minor なんか昔の初恋とか or something like that. It was like super minor. But as soon as I saw him on screen, I was like, fuck. かっこいいよ But because he was so minor, like there was nothing else that I could really watch him on. And then turns out なんか he got gigs in America, like Disney Plus とかでガンニバルとか東京 Vice, like really big roles there. But he always plays like villains.
その人か
So
東京バイ
he was also in Megan the Stallion's マムシ
What?
Yeah, the music video as like the guy. Anyways, you guys should go watch the music video. He's really fucking hot in that too. Anyways, yeah, he's been hot for a minute, but ここ最近結構勢いあるし he's also in like Korean stuff. So he was in like a Korean movie. He was in 2 Korean movies, I think. One is like on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet, but
Kind of gives me Ayano
Gold
vibes.
yeah, he really looks like it's like Ayana Gold
Asian beauty.
times 10. 本当にかっこいい。なんか超あっさりした顔。なんか綺麗長の目。
けどいつものなんかタイプと違くない？
でも私
ロン毛の平成タイプとは。
だね。でもね、私こういうのも好きなんだよね。
Okay, she says this, and then last week I swear to God, sent me a video of like a performance of T.I. And she was like, "Oh my God, so fine." And
I was like, Zaddy?
"待って, literally the opposite."
Okay, wait, but T.I.'s been hot too.
Is he hot?
Yeah, he was fine.
Is he fine?
Zaddy, yeah.
なんかもう
You can have whatever you like.
You can have whatever you like.
He's hot, yeah, he's Zaddy.
He looks like so おじさん now.
No, he doesn't.
もうなんかもう来た時笑ったわ。なんで I was like, what the fuck?
T.I.'s hot.
いや昔はね、
He's still
今はもう
hot.
なんかまん丸したおじさん。
No, he still got it. T.I. is hot, Jimmy's hot. I don't
Jimmy.
discriminate. Hotness has no boundaries.
Inclusive.
Inclusive, diversity. We love all types of
もう
hotness
ね、
here.
せちゃんのタイプがだんだん分からなくなってきた。Like, she'll send me videos, I'm like, this is coming from like a left field. I'm so confused where you got this attraction from みたいな。
でもぶっちゃけ平成ジャニーズは it's not my first type. Like when I was like back in the States, 平成ジャニーズもちろんかっこいいけど、I wasn't obsessed like I am now. Or like it wasn't like a clear type until now. OG, like me in 2nd grade, I had my first crush. He is like the Kasamatsu Sho type.
あ、そうなんだ。
And he was Korean. And I think that's why Kasamatsu Sho maybe does really well in the Korean
Korea?
audience. ちょっと韓国人っぽい感じ。なんかあっさりした顔。
あの人もそうだよね。前話したさ、リサとミュージックビデオやった人とか。
坂口健太郎。
Yeah, he also has like このさっぱり系の
塩顔。
そう
ね。
それがやっぱ流行るんだね。
そうだと思う。まあで、and 笠松翔 is built. Like, he's buff as hell. He's tall. I think 182, 180, 182. So he's tall as hell. 顔小さいas shit and built.
Yeah.
Like he's a muscular.
Yeah.
We haven't had that in a while.
そうなの知らない。
バカかっこいいし。And し
それは
かも、
意外 as a Japanese like actor.
そう。しかも性格が、if I was a guy, ちょっと笠松翔の性格っぽくなると思う。He's like very なんかめっちゃ考えて、ちょっと overthink ぐらい。And he's a cat person. He has two cats too. Oh my god, we're meant to be! He loves
Lulu.
cats! Oh my
Lulu's
god!
coming in.
As if he was made for me!
最近なんか出てんの？やっぱその韓国のやつ？
韓国のやつも出てて and then I think 今ドラマにも出てるのかな、でもなんかあんまり he's not like mainstream yet,
いや、
so なんか
そんな大きくないよね。
なんか he plays a lot of villains.
そういう顔して
そう悪役が多いけど、めっちゃ好き。when なんだっけ Romantics Anonymous 匿名の恋人たち was on, my whole saved folder in TikTok was all 赤西仁 right now even bigger section 笠松翔やばいよ I'll show you later もう本当に you scroll 3
She
times
has such
still.
a face.
Yeah, every single and it's like because he's more minor than Akane Shijin, like the edits have like 20 likes. I'm in like deep territory right now in TikTok, like, and the edits, they're not even good quality anymore because they're so minor. It's like made by like children, but I'm like, thank you.
Was like, I don't know, as soon as we know it, like Stacey's making them.
I mean,
she's like, I mean, her, I don't know, New Year resolution was to create more content, so maybe she's gonna go that route.
But I'm so delusional that I truly believe that I will be with him. So I have to control myself. Like, oh, if I like too many edits, when we do start dating, like, oh my god, the fans are gonna know that I'm like saving his thirst traps. Like,
or like he's gonna think you're a fan.
So
and that's not a good
what
idea.
if he thinks I'm a fan and not his lover?
So
like,
you can't follow his Instagram.
I do though. I know.
You have to
but I can't
unfollow.
message him. I can't message him. That's too fan
You
behavior.
also can't follow.
Okay, but I already follow. それはいいでしょ?
Because then he'll know you're a fan.
I know.
So more so, he's not gonna get with you.
It's so
The Lulu mind.
It's so conflicting too, where it's like I want to know everything about him, but like, what if I know too much? And like, when we do get married, and I'm like knowing all these facts about him without him even telling me, and like I like out myself.
You're crazy.
I'm actually not. I think this is
actually crazy.
100% real. This is my future.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, you gotta choose. You're saying that about Jimmy too.
Okay, Jimmy is another phase in my life. They will all have phases of my life. I will be with everyone that I love.
やばすぎ. But Loki, same with Cortis. They're so young. They're like 20. No.
それが私がよくわかんない.
Cortis, they're too young. Just kidding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like 20. I can't do that.
The Cortis, when you send me like Cortis content, like, okay, yeah, sure, I appreciate the art, but it's like...
I appreciate the art.
I appreciate the content, but I feel the same. So when I send you Kasama show stuff, you don't respond.
Yeah.
When you send me Cortis stuff, I don't respond.
She does it.
Because I really don't get it.
I'm like, hey, yabai, Stacey, look. She's like,
okay. They're there.
That's our difference.
So
we have completely different types.
本当に
It's so funny.
That's up there.
Yep, that's up there. She's gonna marry him one day.
One day, yeah.
Manifest.
Just do it.
Manifest.
Just do it. I swear, if he ever gets married and the news comes out, I'll actually stop. Like, I'll stop this podcast.
Wait, speaking of like obsession, what I'm looking at a lot these days, like randomly, I went on my For You page on Instagram and めっちゃ恥ずかしかったのが, it was all Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner content.
Why? What the fuck?
Well, first, I think Timothy Chalamet is cute, but two, I think their relationship is so cute. And recently, there's just like so many different award shows
I saw that
happening.
one, yeah.
And so there's like that Golden Globes where he like gives her a shout out とか
My partner みたい
yeah,
な。
yeah, yeah. Or like they're just like more PDA and they've been so MIA for the last like 3 years that people were always speculating their relationship, and now that they're just more open, もう her ex と全然違すぎて like
Okay,
it's
her
just
ex
so
was who again? It was
what's
like
his name? The rapper.
Yeah.
Not Tyler the Creator. What's his name? Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Yeah. It's just so crazy how different it is, but like also to see how different she is within those relationships
That's
and
great.
how she like akanuketa. It's all like a study of mine. I'm like, wow, like to date a black cat or like he's such a little golden retriever, like more. That's been my obsession these
Yeah.
days. And I feel like people can relate. It's really out there right now.
That's why you were obsessed with like the Olandria.
Oh, yeah,
Nick.
Nick.
Nicolandria.
Nicolandria.
It's like the same vibes.
もうなんかそれすぐ卒業しちゃった。
あれどうしたの Nicolandria?
They're still together.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. They're
From Love Island.
yeah. Oh.
US last season. But yeah, they're still together.
あ、そうなんだ。
Yeah, I just don't see their content anymore.
Nah, it's moved on.
今 Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet.
おもろ。まあ、to each their own.
Yep.
Main topic is first dates.
Yes. 初デート。
初デート。We've had our fair share of first
First
dates in our lives. I think that first dates tell so much about a person, and like I don't know, it's so easy to like gloss over these things,
Yeah.
but then looking back, there are like a lot of similarities. Or
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's why it was a first good, or that's why it was a good first date, or that's why it was
Bad first date.
No.
あるよね。
I think one early sign of a good first date is like まあ当たり前なんだけどさ、全部 yeah. Everything that we say right now 本当に当たり前であるべきなんだけど、当たり前じゃないんだよね、意外と。
意外と
There
ね。
are a lot of guys who can't do this, but one of those things is like, let's say you go to a restaurant
Yeah.
and there is both like a regular seat and like a seat that's like a booth. Girls always get the booth. Should always get the booth. Like, should always get the most comfortable seat.
For sure.
Or like if you're going into the restaurant, the seat that's further from the door. I thought that was just like a given.
Further from the door.
Usually. Or like if there's like a table, one is facing, or one has the back towards the door, one
Yeah.
is facing the door. The one facing the door, I think, is usually the girl.
Right.
I don't know why, but
なんかもう先にだって座ってってなるとさ、naturally the girls
そうね。
are like facing the door.
そうかもしれない。なんか the most comfortable seat should be the girl side. I'm sorry, but like that's like a given. TBH.
Yeah.
でもなんかそれが意外となんか、if the guy like 当たり前に takes the booth seat, I'm like, oh, okay.
It was so funny. One time I went to this restaurant like on a date and it was like a booth seat and like 結構4つぐらい it was just like single like tables. All the girls were on that
Yeah.
side and all the dudes were on the seats and I was like,
As it
さすが
should be. TBH.
dates.
Yeah. I mean, not to generalize, but like we have just carry more shit.
Yeah.
You guys don't have bags. You guys stuff all the shit in your pockets. So, like let us have a little
booths
place
to put our stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
っていうのが一個あるね。
そうね。First dates。まあデートってそうなると普通にハンナは話が合うかとかかな。なんかテンポとか。なんか、if he's constantly like talking about himself and never like asking me questions とかすぐハンナ泣いちゃう。like or just I don't know, I feel like again that's like such a normal thing that you don't really have to think about, but people love talking about themselves, so sometimes when I'm like really not into it, I'll just keep asking questions and questions and questions so that the date
give them the work to
literally I'm just like もういいやって思っちゃう時あるけど but like yeah, when they don't realize that they're doing that, like one time I asked a guy like, oh, like we were talking about where we lived in Japan and like where I recently moved. So I was like, oh, like I moved here. And he's like, oh, like that's a great place. Like I love it. Before that, I used to live somewhere else. And I was like, naturally, I was like, oh, where did you used to live before? And then he went on this whole tangent about where he used to live prior to that and then the prior before that and then like 5 different places. And I was like, Oh, it ended up being like a 20-minute spiel. And I was like, マジでどうでもいい。ちょっと
なんか面白いんだったらさまだしも。
そう。もうずっとなんかそのことだけ話してて。I was like, but just what do you think I like get out of like knowing that とか。なんか全然テンポが合わなくて。
なんか本当にさ、I think first dates especially なんか when you start dating, yeah, sure. But like first date especially 結構意識してほしいのは like お互いね、is like 70% ぐらい like 70% listening, 30% talking. That's how it should be. And if both people are like that, that's the best.
確か
It's
に。
like perfect because like you're both 気使い合ってる and it's like just polite enough.
そうそうそう。
本当にそのぐらいでいいんだよね。
ちょっと気使ってほしいんだよね。
そうそうそう。Like it's either has to be hilarious or it has to be もう short and sweet.
いやいやいやいや。
そう、本当にそう。
なんかね、家族がこうでこうでみたいな。It's just like that first date. You're still just trying to get to know each other on like a surface level. Like I don't need to know your whole life spiel.
Yeah. だし、なんか I think it's so easy to go into that like oh, first date だから I need to tell them everything about me. I need to like let them know everything. でも it comes off like first of all なんか no one really cares that much on a first date. And second of all なんかit's so easy to tell when a guy is talking just to hear their voice. Just to hear their own voice. なんか自分に
Just
酔
to
ってる
go
感
off
じ。
of their own.
そうそうそう。
like,
or なんか話し慣れてるなんかネタとか、なんかめっちゃ話し慣れてるなっていうのが、なんか感じると I'm like bro this isn't a stand-up set like you don't have to test your material on me って思っちゃう。
ね。
Yeah.
なんかスムーズすぎるってこと？
なんかあまりにもなんかあこうで、こうでみたいななんかちょっと
なんかコントみたいな。
そうそうそう。It's like this is a date. It's not like 漫才。
オチがあってみたいな。
なんかガチガチすぎるとちょっとそれもそうって思っちゃう。
ね。
むずいね。
むずいね。
むずいっていうか別にむずくないんだけど普通であった方がいいんだけど。
ね。
Another thing that I have is like 例えばさなんか駅でバイバイするときに、私一回だけ振り返るのね。で一回だけ振り返って
バイバイした後？
バイバイして、またねって駅で別れるじゃん。一回だけ振り返って、if he's not still saying bye or like if he's not there still looking at me、めっちゃ萎える。
いなかったら？
いなかったら if they're like dipped、or like they're like not looking at me and like もう they're like もう振り返ってる I'm like oh
So you expect that person to like be standing there
そう
watching you?
見えなくなるまでいてほしい。見えなくなるまでちゃんとバイバイしてほしい。
そこ考えない。
私めっちゃ気使う。
なんかバイバイって言ってありがとねってその時にありがとねって言った時に一回こうしてもう一回見る時ハンナもあるんだけど、in my head I'm like girl this isn't like a ドラマチックななんか movie like I'm not like and I have him like looking at me again とかあんま like I always like find myself being like don't expect that
I fully expect that、でやってた時にはちゃんとバイバイって2回目振り返っても
可愛いけどね可愛い
I'm like oh my god
ありがとう、
やったかったらどう
あと、まあ、like just even like walking on your way to the, you know, when you're saying bye or like when you're walking home とか when he like makes sure you're in the inside of the on the street
車道側
車道側そうそういうのもなんか gentleman 結構
あと you say this a lot but バイバイしてすぐになんか thanks for today、帰ったらまた教えてね、let me know if you get
Let
home
me know when you
safe
get home safe、とかかっこいいそれ
でもそれもねやってくれる人とやってくれない人結構はっきり分かれる
いる
や
んない人いるよ全然
そう、でなんか結構こっちがいいかもって思うパターンに限って結構やんない人多いんだよねand then I get so disappointed I'm like fuck you don't care if I live or die what if I get kidnapped on the way home how are you gonna know
本当だよDo you care about me?
Yeah, what if I get stabbed? What the hell? It's not like you can do anything, but you need to care.
本当ねとかありがとうって言ってなんか when they're like, oh, let me know if you get home safe and then I text them and then you don't respond.
Oh yeah, I'm like, you clearly don't care about me. I also really like it when the guy like pulls up Google Maps really quick or like なんか2軒目どうするとかになった時に、なんか he's like the first to be like じゃあ何々系が好き何々系が好きなんかどっちにするとか、なんか he like pushes the conversation forward. なんか I hate it when it's like in limbo. Like その時間が一番もったいないと思う。Or it's like どうするわかんないこっちなんかいいとこ知ってる。Oh my god, don't make me think, don't make me use my brain on a date. なんかこういう時ぐらいは let me just fucking relax と思う。なんか I think maybe we mentioned this before, but it's like 別にできるよ。When I'm with my girlfriend, sure, this is a team effort. But like デートぐらいおもてなししてよ。
ちょっと頑張ってほしいよね。
ちょっと頑張ってよ。かっこつけてと思う。
かっこつけてほしい。one time I went on a date and he's like, what do you want to do? And I was like, there's actually a place I kind of want to check out. It's called this. And instead of me like taking us there, he was like, wait, tell me the name. Like, I want to search. And then he was the one that was like guiding me to the place instead of like, just because I said it, he didn't mean that I had to lead the way. Like, he's like, no, like, どこみたいな。で、連れてってもらって。I was like, I didn't even have to look at my phone once. He's just like, こっちだよって言って。I was like, ありがとう。
いいね、一番いい。Even that, or like, sometimes if I'm like on a limb, like, I will do the positive reinforcement thing. Where like, you know, it's like, okay, じゃあここ行こう。And then they haven't pulled up their maps yet. And I'm like, ちょっと私方向音痴なんだよね。なんかマップス、なんか can you lead? とかって言って。And of course they'll say yes.
Yeah.
And when they start leading, I'm like, ありがとう。じゃあちょっと脳みそオフにするね。私なんかこういう時脳みそオフにさせてくれる人好きなんだよね。
いや、毎回そういうの言わなきゃいけないの嫌じゃん。
だからまあ一回はちゃんとそうやって言う。だから、I love just like turning my brain off. Like I love it when the guy takes the lead, like, because I'm so bad at directions. とかって言って。And then if they kind of get the hint, なんか次からはもうすぐに座ってくれるんだったら、great, you know? 一回は言うけど、でも何回も言わなきゃだったら、that's not the guy for me と思う。
ね、もうそもそもやってくれる人がいいんだけどね。そんな言わなくても。
It's not that we're lazy, like it's just the fact that なんだろうな、it's the effort.
そう。
なんかやってあげたいって思ってくれるのがめっちゃ嬉しい。
別に for me, like, I don't mind doing it. Like, I'll do it. Like, 別に just because he doesn't do it doesn't mean I'm like, oh, this date sucks. Like, I don't like him. けど、やってくれたらめっちゃなんか嬉しい。そのなんか、the fact that he's like not really thinking about it and he's like, of course I'll do this for you. その気持ちに対してかっこいい。It's not the fact that he's like being a man. It's more like そういうできることに対してかっこいい。
まあ、気遣いがめっちゃいい。
気遣い。そう。
それがね、また当たり前なんだろうけど、当たり前じゃないんだよね、意外と。I also like it when they hold my bag for me, or like any luggage that I have.
Yeah.
It's like, まあ、普通にありがたい。
I love that.
普通に持つの嫌だから。
だからそれも別に持ってとか言ってないの。
言ってない。
言ってないし、求めてないんだけど、やってくれてたら、
そう。
like, 素敵。
そう。なんか重いだろうって思ってくれて、率先でなんかその持ってくれると、I'm like, さすが thank you. 気遣いすごいなって思う。
Or like when I go shopping and it's clearly like something I bought, so like I should be holding it. But he's like, no, don't even touch it. Like, let me hold it. I'm like, 優しい。
Oh my god.
Lord, I'm like, feel so dainty. Like, thank you. Or when they're holding my tiny ass bag and they're like huge and I'm like かわいいなんかギャップ
なんかそれに対して抵抗ないのとかもめっちゃなんか見てていい。
そうね。
Alright, now let's get to the bad stuff. まあちょっと bad stuff 言ってんだけどね。
いろいろ。
This is like maybe even before the date, but if I'm like talking to the guy and I'm like connected on Instagram with him, and if he hasn't responded to me, but he looks at my story, I'm just like, what the fuck? なんか、what? Like, did you really not give a fuck about? なんか、なんだろうなんでそんなことするの Why are you looking at my story and you're not responding to me? What the fuck?
Yeah, because clearly that means he's ignoring you.
He's online, yeah. It's either that or なんか返信今すぐやんなくてもいいって思われたから。I'm like, what the fuck? Get your priority straight.
ね、それわかる。
うん。
いや
結構なえる。
な
I also don't like it. なんか this is called negging
うん
in English,
うん
but it's like apparently it's like a manipulative tactic. But basically like when a guy なんか purposefully says like mean things to you or like kind of degrading things, but like in a way that's like supposed to be taken as a joke or like they kind of try to like frame it as a joke.
Yeah.
But it's not a joke at all. Like it's
Yeah.
almost like なんか for example, if they're like なんかステちゃんの割には意外といいじゃんとかなんか
あーめっちゃムカつく。
It's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah,
みたいな And like, I think
ハンナちゃんそういうことするんだ。とかさ。
意外、なん
I'm
か意
like,
外とい
you
いじゃ
don't
ん。
know me.
そう
うん。
でも、なんか、the first reaction, especially if it's on a date, is to kind of brush it off as a joke. And I think that's what they want.
Yeah.
But it's like low-key, it's like rude, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
でも
yeah.
なんかそれを、なんか、I think the manipulative part of that is like, oh, they can say like mean shit to you, but then you're kind of forced to take it as a joke.
Joke and like laugh it off.
そうそうそう、which is like not okay.
しかも初デートでしょ。
でもそれする人多いよ。
なんか嫌だよね、そんな。
Yeah, like one time, oh my fucking god, like, even just thinking about it pissed me off.
Yeah.
So I think he was like, なんか自分めっちゃなんかセンスいいって思ってるでしょって言われて。And I was like, そうだけど、なんで
うん。
And he was like, oh, なんか自分見る目あるって思ってるでしょ。
うん。
And I was like, yeah.
うん。
Because I was like, oh, なんかチャラい人が好きなんだよね。なんかタイプってチャラい人なんだよね。チャラそうな人。But it's like, もうぶっちゃけ kind of half joking. Like, obviously I don't ガチで like チャラい人。I
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
people
yeah.
kind of look that way, like
Yeah.
aesthetic で。
Yeah.
Like 髪長い人とか。And then he was like, 自分見る目あるって思うでしょ And I was like, そうだけど。And he was like, いやでもチャラいのが好きなんでしょ、いやそれやめといた方がいいよ。いや絶対違うよ。みたいな。いやそれは絶対違う。なんかなんか見る目ないからみたいに言われて。And I was like, okay, you can shut the fuck up. Like, you can actually shut the hell up because you know nothing about me.
Yeah.
You obviously don't know that I'm joking.
Yeah.
And even if I did ガチで like チャラい人, who the fuck are you to say that? Obviously, I'm clearly trying to say that you're not my type. So can you go away?
Weird.
So it's so weird. And I was like, this is not accomplishing anything. Why are you saying this? と思って。本当に嫌だった。
でも普通にじゃあもう he didn't understand what you really meant by チャラい人ってことだよね。
Or even if he did, it's like, why do you have to put down my...
Yeah.
What I said is like good.
良くないとかさ。
あ、そうそうそう。
そうそう
意味わかんなかった。
確かに意味わかんない。
Or like, it's usually like if you call them out on like, it's like, hey, like, why did you say that? That's kind of rude. They'll be like, 冗談だよ。とか、I'm just joking.
なんか煽ってる感じがね、なんか嫌だよね。
見下されてる感じが嫌。It's kind of like like growing up, like when we're kids, like guys will be mean to you if
Yeah,
they
I
like
was just
you.
thinking about
It's
that, yeah.
exactly that sentiment, but it's like no, guys are mean to you if they like you is a stupid fucking excuse.
We're not in like elementary school anymore.
だし、I don't give a fuck if they like me. If they're mean to me, then I don't like them. I actually don't care what that sentiment comes from.
Yeah.
ね。
なんかそれは良くない。けど普通に多い like a lot of Japanese guys I feel like think that that's really like
Why do they think like
cute?
making fun of you is like a good way to break the ice? Like it's terrible.
terrible.
Stop doing that.
ハンナもよく言われる。なんかキャラが濃いからこそ
明るい子ほどなんかいじめたくなるんだと思う。
And it gets so like
Yeah.
of course like I'm like ノリもいいし、I'd be like ははは like うざとか言うけど、after like the fifth strike it's like yo what do you want me to say at this point like
Segue to so the date that came from was actually so we got dinner and then we were gonna play darts afterwards.
Yeah.
So we went to play darts.
Yeah.
Mind you, this is again the first date. This is the first time I'm ever meeting this person. But then we played darts and like I already knew that he was kind of good because he kept telling me, he was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna beat you, and I was like, okay, I'm really bad. なんかわかんないけど, okay. Like I couldn't even join that like competitive type of talk because like I really am not that great at darts. But so we went, and obviously he's like winning like 3 games in a row. なんか普通にめっちゃ勝つのね。めっちゃ差があるし every game. But I'm trying to be like as good of a sport as I can because it's like it's not my fault that he's winning.
It's like not that serious.
It's not that serious. Fuck. It's really just a game.
It's
oh my
really,
god.
you're just like on a date.
Yeah. It's like just for funsies. Supposed to be. But then like every time he has a huge lead on me, mind you. And he'll still like talk to me like in that like, oh なんか大丈夫そう勝っちゃうよこのままそんなもんやばみたいななんかlike that kind of なんだろう like
煽り
そう煽られるでなんかそれもさ別にいいんだよくない、but the fact that I'm losing はしょうがないんだけど、but like I can take that once or twice、but like the whole fucking time oh my god なんかこっちもどう反応しなきゃダメなのか、なんか疲れる普通に、Because I have to like be a good sport about it. 普通になんかすねるとさ it makes me kind of look like a loser. It's just like, oh my god, what else do you want from me? Like, I'm like
普通にもう負けてるのが
そう負けて I am a loser. Like, I am losing. You know? Like, fuck, what do you want from me?
Why are you kicking me down even more?
It's like you're like bullying, you're like punching down right now, you know? だから本当になんか普通にしんどくて、もうルーするのもしんどいしYeah, and like after a while 普通に楽しくなくなってなんかまあなんか元気なくなったから、But then he took that as like, oh 私が負けすぎてなんか元気ないだと思ってなんかafter that like the last game that I played he was like I could clearly tell he was making like so obvious effort to like miss or like to like not hit the mark when I was like losing and like I don't remember if I won or lost もうそのぐらいどうでもよかったんだけどBut yeah, it's just like that's not the point. Like I'm not in a bad mood or I'm not like sulking because I lost. I'm in a bad mood because you're being an ass. You're being such a dick about like everything. Like you're making this not fun. Yeah.
I had the same exact thing with darts. Darts tell you everything about a guy, to be honest. It's like we recommend you to go to play darts.
It's a great litmus test.
No, it really is.
Yeah.
So I went to go play darts with this guy. It was our first date. Had dinner, whatever, and then we went to darts. And then he was like, oh, like so excited that I really like darts.
Okay.
He's like, wait.
The guy too.
Yeah. He was like, oh my god, you like darts? No way. Like,
超意外.
And like,
first of all, you know nothing about me. Shut the fuck up.
He's like, let's go. And I was like, okay, yeah. Like, I was like, again, I'm not good. I just like it. Like, I think it's a fun thing to do. And like, after post breakup, it became a new hobby for me with my girls. And he's like, oh, いいじゃん, いいじゃん. And we go. And he's like, wow, like, you know, at home I have like my own darts, but here I guess I'll use these. And I was like, oh, this guy is for real. Like, and yes, I was losing so much. Like, I just kept losing. And he's like, I thought you liked darts. And like,
I could actually kill someone.
And like, I was just like, ノリいいから I'd just be like, oh, shut the fuck up.
So me too. I'm like, oh my god,
like,
yeah.
You're like, okay, come on, みたいな. But then he'll be like, okay, next game is the real thing. Let's actually like play, みたいな. I was like, ずっと今まで I've been actually playing. But yeah, totally. And then he's like, okay, whoever loses, like best 2 out of 3, like 罰ゲーム. It's like, clearly I'm gonna lose here. And I was so scared that he was gonna say 罰ゲームって英語でなんて言うんだっけ?
Like penalty.
Penalty for losing was like to kiss. I was so scared that he was gonna say that. Like kiss, like they have to kiss you みたいな. I was like, because he's like, 罰ゲーム, what should we do? Like, what should we do? And I was like, like I don't know, like shot. And he's like, okay, let's take a shot then. I was like, okay, I didn't even want to take the shot. Of course I ended up losing. And he's just like, he would like look at my scores and be like, oh, you have a 2 instead of a 4 とかさ, like look at what I got とか. I was just like, もう全然楽しくなくて. It's like
that's some shit you do with your siblings. That's not some shit that you do on a date. Why do you have first date? Like,
I don't know.
Oh my God.
It's so But on the other hand, I've had a really good like darts date
Same.
where he was just like, if I drop my darts, he would constantly get it for me, and he's like, oh, here. And if I like do really well, he's like, holy fuck, like Hannah, let's go, like just constantly supporting me. Like, also, it's not a game about who wins or not, and like even if the guy was like losing, he wouldn't be at all serious about it. He's like making fun of himself, or he's just like having fun with it, and it was like so nice to go from that to that. Like,
マジでそう。Literally, like word for word, exactly I had that experience too.
Yeah.
So I had that terrible day, right? Like a week after, I had a great day
Yeah.
playing darts. 本当にマジで it's not about the darts, it's about the person. So like this time, also like I was playing a little better, but like I'm still bad. The
Yeah.
guy is still a lot better than
Yeah.
me. でも every time I would play, なんか if I hit it like not at the mark, but I hit it well
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
From behind, he'll be like, めっちゃ上手じゃない？
うん
ちゃんと誰
優しい
できるじゃない？すごい。
not like, oh shit, I'm losing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
so the
God,
opposite.
yeah, 本当にそう。Or like when he's winning too, なんか一回も嫌な気持ちにならないし、
Yeah,
なんか
yeah.
it's still competitive, it's still like
Yeah.
a playful, but
Yeah.
like 全然嫌な気持ちにならない。
なんない
普通に楽しかった。もう the like
差がすごいよね。
like heaven and hell マ
Yeah.
ジで。
Darts tells you so much about a
本
guy.
当にそう。
そうそ
なんか気遣いとかもそこであるよね。
うん
なんか盛り上げ方マジで履き違えてんだよ。
う。本当に。
なんか all boys とかだったらわかるけど、
うん
なんか don't bring that shit here って思
No,
う。
no.
You gotta act a little different.
Yeah. And if that guy can't like read the room or like read you when you're already like ちょっと like about you losing, like そこもそこで is like I don't like a guy that can't read the room or like can't read people. So I'm like
わかる。
アウト。
Speaking of bad first dates,
Yeah.
I also think ドライブ is terrible for a first date. Not only
絶対無理。
not only TBH is it kind of unsafe
Yeah.
because like you don't know this guy
Yeah.
and like you're like going on you're in an enclosed private space
For sure.
with him usually at the wheel. Like it's not great, you know? So that put aside, it's already kind of not safe. But I've been on one 初デート where I was talking to this guy that I matched on a dating app for literal days, like for hours. I was talking to him like 3-4 hours a night. And like we were hitting it off pretty well. Like 一回 FaceTime とかもして. And I thought that I knew him well enough when he suggested doing a ドライブデート. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I've already seen what he looks like, you know, over FaceTime. But
And
then
you guys have talked for hours over the phone.
So.
It's not like you can't talk. Don't have things to talk about. Yeah.
でも、まあ、so we went on a ドライブデート. He came to pick me up. As soon as I opened the door, I thought I had a good enough look on FaceTime. でもね、意外とさ、やっぱ違うんだよ、画面越しと。なんか、when I came in the car,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, catfish?
look like the picture.
全然違うじゃん。なんか、
やば
全然違うっていうか、全然なんか雰囲気とか、実際なんか会ってみると違うんだよね。You really cannot, you really don't know.
You can't grasp that through the phone.
FaceTime も正直 it's better, but it's really not everything.
Yeah.
なんか、まあ実際会ってみて、and I was like, ちょっとないわ。And we were supposed to go to お台場、like 夜ドライブで、and it was like we were gonna just like walk around there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a long drive.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, マジでどうでもいいと思いながら。And he was like, but looking back, it was hella love bombing, where even over the phone, he'd be like, マジでもう今すぐ付き合いたいぐらいすんごい言ってくれて、This was me being really vulnerable post breakup too. So I was like eating it up. I was like, でしょみたいなぐらい思ってたのね。普通に。Like I didn't even think of it as love bombing. I just thought of it as like, yeah, of course. Of course I'm great. But then, yeah, so we went on the ドライブデート enclosed space. I was like, fuck, this is awkward. I'm really not into it. But then we get to the place and we're just like walking around. And like 結構私あからさまにちょっと冷めてたのね。Cause like,
見た目でもう冷めてた。
yeah, like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
なんかちょっと、I really could not. I was like, もうないわって思って。But
ど
then
んだ
I,
けやねん、マジで。
結構違ったんだよ。
やば。
まあで、and we were just like walking around, and then なんかちょっと手つないだりとかしちゃって、もうそれもね、私も悪かったんだけど、でもなんか手つないでて、and like all of a sudden, he was like, he like stopped. He's like all of a sudden like, ちょっと、言いたいんだけど、and I was like, 大丈夫？
怖い怖い。
お腹痛い？He was like, I think I love you.
英語で
英語で
He doesn't
英語
speak
話せないのに I was like, oh my brother, oh
First
fucking
day,
god, yeah.
I think I love you.
And I was like, no you don't. I said that. I was like, I don't think you do. And he was like, そうだよね。ごめん。ちょっと間違えた。
気まずす
なんかもう、you can't bounce back from that. I cannot. ちょっとごめん
ぎる。
だけど。
Ew, I have like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah,
Like,
I had first-hand embarrassment.
Yeah.
And I was just like, もう帰ろっか。なんかもうちょっと夜
もう
遅いし。
帰ろっか
ちょっと、I think we're both like in over our heads. まあで、in the car on the way back, again, like another 30-40 minute drive.
Yeah.
なんかずっと、なんかちょっと変な空気なのね。Because obviously I'm not into it. なんかちょっと断っちゃったし。His love
地
confession.
獄なんだけど。
地獄マジで。
車の中で。
And then he was like, the whole time, he was like, ごめん、なんか今ので冷えちゃった、冷めた、ごめん、忘れて、ごめん。And I was
忘
like,
れられないわ。
忘れられないし、なんかごめんとか言われても別になんかそれは、I mean, なんかそれはあなたの自由だし、
Yeah.
それを言ったのも、でも私もそれを受け取るのも自由だし、
Yeah.
なんか can you just leave me alone? Like, just
Yeah.
like, but then because I'm in the car and I don't want him to like kidnap me or like, you know, he kind of has like 主導権.
Yeah.
So I was like really trying to be nice about it. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, like 本当にそんなことないし、全然なんか気にしないでとか、なんか I was trying to be so nice. As soon as he dropped me off, もう blocked him on everything. もう I was like, oh my god. Like, I just wanted to like take a shower and wash everything off. なんかもう超嫌だった。
てか、why do I have the same exact experience? マジやばいよ。Like, literally, I got stuck in a car too.
Yeah.
And this is basically first date.
Okay.
Like, I've hung out with him many times, like, as a group. And then we were supposed to go hiking with, like, as a group, but people couldn't make it, so it ended up being me and him. I thought it was just, like, a chill thing, but I think he thought of it as a date. We were out, like, 4 or 5 hours away, and we went on a hike. Beautiful hike, great day. We even went to, like, なんか、その田舎の、その町のなんか花火大会みたいなのがあって、super local, like huge 花火大会, but because it was so 田舎, there's like not a lot of people. 普通にロマンチックはロマンチックだった。マジで。It was just like a 夏のもうザ日本のデートみたいな。で、まあ帰りに、we're like in the car, we're on our way home, like 楽しかったね、みたいな。And then he basically like confesses his love for me. And I had no idea that he had like these feelings for me. And he is just like 本当にまあ日本のもう超硬いような好きですみたいな。
なんかさ、早いんだよ。
早いの。
なんか fucking chill out. Oh my god. なんか what do you expect?
Dude, I was so shook. I was like, fuck. We have, and I look at the clock as soon as he tells me this, we have like 4 more hours, like 3 more hours of driving. And I was like, God, これでちょっと I can't like, I don't know, I have to like be nice about it. Like もう気まずすぎる. Like, and mind you, I was literally telling him like this is like post breakup for me. Like I was still like in this breakup phase of being sad, and I was, you know, he was a friend that I would like talk to about my breakup. Like I was literally telling him on the way to the hike about how I was like crying the night before, like I couldn't get a lot of sleep, and you know, crying about my ex, and like それを言ってるのに he like then says how he like has these like feelings for me and 付き合いたいですみたいな. And I was like,
早い早い早い。
you're not like ちょっとなんか you're not really like thinking for me. It's just a very selfish move.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like
考えてない
dumping all of his feelings onto you when you're clearly not ready
already
for that.
just like emotionally like, you know, yeah, like up and down がすごかった時で and I think I said something like なんか正直に伝えてくれてありがとうみたいな。 けど正直なんか本当にいい人だと思ってるんだけど、今ちょっと全然 like I'm not in a place to like be, you know, in a new relationship right now. Like I was just crying like yesterday.
Yeah.
でそれも伝えてるし分かってると思うんだけどみたいな。He's
Mm.
like そうだよね。ごめんね。And I was like ごめんねとかじゃなくて、まあちょっと、そこはまあこっちもごめんみたいな。あんまちょっとそこ同じ気持ちじゃないみたいなことを話して3 hours. And then when he dropped me off, I could tell that he was like trying to kiss me or something. Like he would like lean over and like my house, I see my apartment, we're about to pull up and he's starting to like lean in towards me. And he's like 腕をここにしてでなんかハンナのことめっちゃ見てんの。I was like fuck, I'm in this car. I can't like and I remember being so far like right next to the window like this. Like I was like if you're the guy, I was like so far away looking at the window like thank you for driving みたいな and then
All the stars look so pretty.
yeah, it's so pretty. And as soon as he stopped the car, I like booked it. I was like, thank you so much. 本当にありがとうね。Bye bye. And I left.
Did you ever see him after that?
I think I saw him once after that. Just because we were like also osana najimi. So it's just like hard to like fully, it's not like it was someone I didn't know at all. But yeah, もう気まずすぎた。
So no ドライブデート because there's no exit plan.
No exit plan.
Yeah.
It's only if you know you really like this guy.
そうね。Third or fourth date was
is
great.
good.
Yeah.
Just like first date is not it.
Yeah.
あとそれもディズニーもそ
I've actually never been to Disney on
Like-
my first date though.
う。Me neither, but we've also experienced Disney with those two guys, random
Oh, yeah,
dudes,
yeah.
and it's just like 地獄 because you don't
そうね。
if you don't run out of things to talk about, you're stuck there for
Yeah.
2 hours in the waiting line. もう逃げ場がない。
そう、逃げ場がないのは本当に良くない。Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to like commit to like being there and that
Yeah.
like, you know, in the case that you don't actually like the guy, it's like fuck.
そうね。ドライブとディズニーはマジでおすすめしません。
逆におすすめするのはfor me when I go on a first date、結構高い頻度で or like usually I'll ask them out on お昼デート。
お昼デートね。
夜じゃなくて
お昼デートしたことないかも。
お昼デートマジでおすすめ。
As a first date.
As a first date. So the reason why I say this is one, 夜だと there's still the possibility of it being like ちょっと不健全。like なんかちょっとホテル行くとか、なんか it
こ
gets
の
a
後
little
何する
そ
みたいうな。
あと大体夜だと飲むじゃん、
飲む。
if you're the type who drinks alcohol.
Yeah.
Like if the guy doesn't drink then I usually don't drink,
Yeah.
but usually the guy drinks.
Yeah,
so then
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
like have a
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So お昼デート usually no alcohol, so it's like
True.
a sober date. And then also in the case that it goes well and you both have no plans, it becomes like a full day date.
True.
And it's like a really good way of like しっかりわかる。
確かに。
And I've had like all the really great dates that like are in my mind.
Yeah.
結構お昼から始まって夜まで一緒にいたみたいな。
Actually true.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Okay.
Great date.
Right?
Great date.
And the good thing about that is there's always an exit plan for an ohiru date. Because you could just say like, oh, sorry, I have plans, blah, blah, blah. I have to go wherever. Because it's like, it's still, it makes sense.
Yeah,
Whereas like yoru date, it's like, what, 10 p.m.? It's like, where the fuck do you have to
そ
go?
うね。
You know?
ほんとそう。
So, you could, I guess, say like, I'll have like an early morning. But
Yeah,
like, ちょっと
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
stretch at like
Yeah,
10 or
yeah,
9 p.m., you know?
Yeah.
お昼デートマジでおすすめ。
お昼デートいい。Because then you can do so much in a day if you're really into it.
Exactly.
And for me, I love when a guy's like very go with the flow. Like I like to test that too. And so when he's like そうやってパパって考えてくれたりとか、何も予定なくて、but maybe like here, さっき言ったオプションくれる人とか、それを見れるしね。
マジでそう。なんか、with a person that I ended up actually like going, like dating, the first date, so he lived in Shizuoka at the time, but to just go on the date, he came all the way to Tokyo. And we
Wow.
I know, already.
Commitment.
Yeah, great. And then we went to 浅草 and did like 浅草デート。浅草ってめっちゃいいのが、なんか you can really spend a whole day there.
True.
So 浅草で会ってランチして、なんかいろいろなんか屋台とか見たりして、and then we went to like Odaiba area, like the mall. We were just like hanging around, and like there were like places to lounge around. It was like during the summer, so we were like outside looking at the stars みたいな。
かわいい。
普通に喋って、なんか夜遅くまで。And the kicker is that at the very end of the date, so he was a guy who smoked, and so he was like, あ、ちょっと帰る前に一本吸っていい? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we like stopped by at this like little grassy like park area where there's like some trees, and so we're just like standing around, like he was smoking, and all of a sudden I feel a plop on my shoulder. And I look, it's fucking bird poop.
No.
Yeah. And I didn't know what to say. Like, this is... I was so into this guy. Great date. And then all of a sudden, bird poop. And I was like,
no.
やばい。ちょっと、鳥かも。
鳥かも。
And he was like, oh my god.
Is this like nighttime?
Nighttime. Then, like, we rushed to a konbini. It was, like, on my jacket and, like, a little bit on my hair.
Ew.
So I took my jacket, or it was, like, a shirt that I was wearing over it. And so I took the shirt, I threw it away at the konbini. So I was like, well, fuck this. And he, like, bought wipes, like, wet wipes. And, like, he was, like cleaning my hair.
Yeah.
And he was like, 本当にあそこ立っててごめんね. And I was like, it's really not your fault.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And he was actually wearing, like, a similar shirt as me. And so he like gave me his shirt. He was like, これ使って. And I was like, いいのありがとう. And I was like, でもなんかもう帰っちゃうじゃん. And he was like, いやもう全然今度でもいいから. And I was like, in my head, even though I just got shot on by a bird, I was like, あ、今度あるんだ. 超ポジティブ. I was like, 次?
That's so I can keep it.
Oh my god, thank you, bird. But yeah, but still, regardless of that, it was like such a good date.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
But a very memorable one.
That's so sweet. Yeah. I think the like daytime dates that I've done is like なんか本当に you can especially okay nighttime. Let's say you have dinner at Shibuya. 結構 you're there the whole time. Like you just go to dinner and then another like bar and then darts or something.
And it gets really late, especially when there's alcohol involved.
But then during the day, like I've done, so we ate in like Nakameguro, walked up to Daikanyama, did a Daikanyama date. その後どうするってなって恵比寿に行って、で we were so bored that I think we went to like Akihabara and like まあそういうのとか、なんか just like we could just do so many things. Like そうね、確かに day dates.
Yeah.
いい。
I really like it.
Yeah.
I really recommend. だからなんか if a guy ever asks you なんかいつ空いてる? You should always give them
a daytime.
Yeah, weekend in the day, like a lunch date.
確かに。
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another date that we said we don't want to do is movie dates.
Movie dates are not that great because like first of all, if you're doing dinner then a movie, then まだわかるけど, but if you're doing a movie and then dinner afterwards, like on paper it sounds good because it's like at least you have something to talk about. But like 初めましてですぐ映画見るのってマジで気まずい。
やだ。
Because you're like 無言 but you're super close together for like 2-3 hours. Like it's really awkward.
しかもリアクションとかさ、なんか困んない when you wanna laugh and you're like, and you look to the side or like, I don't know, like I'm such a crier too. So I don't want to like just start crying
sobbing
next to someone. いや、絶対やだ、そういうの。
ね、わかる。だし、なんか、it's just like, it takes up a lot of time. Like, if you're watching a movie, like,
普通に2時間。
そう、2時間、3時間とか撮っちゃうから、especially if it's like dinner and a movie, like, もう、that's it. That's all you can do. There's like no time to talk.
Yeah.
Not great. I also don't recommend shopping as a first date. なんかショッピングもさ、especially if it's like in Tokyo, it's so busy. Like I'm like thinking of like お昼デート。でもお昼デートでもショッピングはマジで人多いし、especially like on weekends. And it's just like tiring. You get tired really easily when you're shopping all day.
I also think shopping is such a couple thing. Like お互いのスタイルとか知り合いながら、これかわいいとか、 I don't know. I feel like it's such a like
ちょっと早いよね。
so 早い for a first date.
Yeah.
Like I don't want someone that I don't know at all to be like これ似合うんじゃない It's like
It's like, you don't know me.
you don't know me. そう
そう
そのスタンスになっちゃうんだよね。
好
Yeah.
きだったら楽しいけど、まだわかんない時にそういうのやられたら、just like, oh my god, だるい、なんか帰りたいと思う。普通に疲れる。
うん。
Yeah.
ね。けどなんかファーストデートじゃないっけ前してちゃんが言ったのが You went on like a workout date which I thought was pretty crazy that you did that
確かに。But then, okay, so it was the first date.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
しかもヨガ
Yeah.
超エロい 超
But
やだ
in the daytime.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a healthy decision to make. Okay, so we both had class pass,
Yeah.
which is like the underlying thing. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like a social thing where
Yeah.
I said that I do yoga, he was interested in yoga. We're like, じゃあ次ヨガしようよみたいになって。
まあ軽いノリで
そう
そうなったんだと思うんだけど
And then 結局まあ we did yoga and then we got lunch afterwards. And I mean, 正直if you're a person who gets icked out really easily,
Yeah.
I don't recommend.
Yeah.
Yeah, yoga is pretty out there, I think, for a first date. For me, I already pretty much was interested in that guy. So なんか全然大丈夫だったけど、if it was like 本当に赤の他人 and I really didn't know him at all,
Yeah.
本当にやばかったかも。
なんかwhen you told me that I was like 本当に行くのみたいな Imagine I mean thank God it wasn't like a crazy workout class
No.
Like I just like do not want a guy that like I'm about to see like or first date to see me like sweat or that vulnerable state of like とかなってるところとかヨガでもさ like face down ass up like I don't want that guy seeing that
Well, we were staggered.
Okay like look at how flexible I am みたいな
でもなんかそれよりはなんか I try not to look at him too much because I knew that I was gonna get icked out.
じゃあなんで一緒に行ったん
いやわかんない。It seemed like a good idea on paper, okay? It's like same as like movie theater. Like it seemed like a good idea. なんかね。他に何がいいかな ?Good first date.
お
昼デート。I think like picnic?
I was just gonna say
Oh, okay.
I really like picnic dates
Especially if they come prepared, it's like, oh,
そうね
ちゃんと考えてくれてる。
そうそうそういろいろご飯とか、drinks とか持ってきてくれてたら嬉しい
It's outside, so you for sure have an exit plan.
Yeah
You can just dip.
leave.
Yeah. でもそれも it also guarees that it's like in the daytime.
Daytime そうそう
Daytime dates are the best.
It is 確かに言われてみるとそうねI also like museums.
私ミュージアムデートやったことないかも。
I
Actually,
guess I
have,
never
but, like,
done that as a first
So,
date.
not as with my boyfriend, sure, but first date.
First date 確かに
Museum. ちょっとなんか I feel like I'm gonna カッコつけちゃう。Oh yeah, this is so insightful.
This is like wow,
Wow.
so deep.
So, and I don't know shit about anything. で逆にそうされるとうざいし、ちょっとなんかね。
確かに。Maybe not first dates.
まあ。ってことでお昼デートが、
そうね。
おすすめします
Conclusion お昼デート。
うん。
お昼デートかわいい。いいな。行きたいな。
デートして。
デートしたいな。ちょっと夜はね、いろいろちょっとお酒とか入っちゃうと。
夜の遊びもちろんいいんだけど、なんか
楽しいは楽しい。
there's such a higher possibility that it becomes something not serious. You know, like I just don't take it as seriously usually, or like because it leads to like not so healthy behaviors with alcohol involved. なんか、it doesn't seem like, oh, do I really want to date this person, or is this just for fun? ね。
Yeah.
まあってことで。
ってことで初デート
頑張ってください皆さん。私たちも頑張ります。
頑張ります。では。
Alright, we'll see you in the next one
Yeah.
then.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.